Hey, welcome back to New Day Northwest. Last week, you may have heard the news that Sound Transit is going to have to delay delivery of several light rail projects in our area. Now, some people are rolling their eyes at the delays, while others are really still excited for the expansion of our area's transit network. Here with some food for thought on this topic is Alex Hudson from the group Transportation Choices. Welcome to the show in person.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
So let's just first of all remind us what Transportation Choices is.
We're a nonprofit organization in our 29th year of bringing more and better transportation options to people across Washington.
Ah, so what do y'all do?
Well, we go down to Olympia and we ask legislators to invest in the transportation choices options that people are counting on all across our state. And we work with agencies to make sure there's enough policies that everybody has the chance to get on board.
Amen. And it's important to look to the future, which is what y'all are doing. So first off, what exactly are the delays specifically?
Yeah, there are 19 new stations that we are all looking forward to in the Puget Sound region, connecting all the way up to Linwood, Federal Way, and then across to downtown Redmond. And through a variety of factors, we know that some of those projects are going to be anywhere from a couple of months to up to a year late.
Okay, so do we have the East Link map? Are we going to look at that? I'm not sure. Okay, here's the East Link map for the Link Light Rail. And this is the area where it's going to be going to out east, which is good. And then we've got also the Federal Way extension map. Tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, these are the series of stations. Right now, the system ends at Angle Lake. And so these are the new stations that are going to go all the way down to Federal Way, connecting the South region. And importantly, a new station at Highline Community College that people can look forward to.
Oh, that'll be and Des Moines too, right? Yeah, Des Moines. What's up? All right, Linwood extension map. Let's look at that.
Right now, the northern station in our system is Northgate. We just opened that one last year to huge amounts of applause. And this next jump gets us up to Linwood.
All the way up to Linwood, yeah. It's amazing because, you know, I know that there is delays, but when you're driving up north that way and you're seeing all the work that's done, it really is quite impressive because you're seeing an infrastructure being birthed that is going to change the way people live and move in this city. So I think it's amazing. Do you think that these delays are acceptable, though, or understandable at least?
Well, you know, the fact of the matter is that light rail's exceptionally popular in our region. We saw that every time a new station opens, and right now 2 million people are riding Sound Transit system every month. So a lot of people are really excited and really want these things to be open as soon as possible. So it's a disappointment because everybody's really excited to ride.
Right.
But, you know, the reality is that our system, we just looked at that map, is the single most ambitious light rail build out anywhere in the country.
I believe it.
And not only is it ambitious, but it's also complex. That system across to Redmond, it's the only light rail that's going to go across the floating bridge. So it's both ambitious and really technically complicated.
Yeah.
So there's this huge amount of factors like the pandemic and the supply chain and concrete
strike,
all of that stuff, right? I think we all have experienced the ongoing effects of that in our own lives, and that's affecting the agency.
Right. It makes sense. It makes sense. So what do you hope voters think about when it comes to transportation, like amid these delays?
Yeah, I think, you know, my hope is that people remain excited to get on the system. We are building this, you know, you talked about infrastructure being birthed. It's for us to ride. It's also for our grandchildren to ride. So the time that it takes to make sure that when we open these systems, they're ready to go, they're safe, they're reliable, it's time that's worth it.
Right.
And so I think we can all acknowledge that we're disappointed, but the fact of the matter is when these things open, they're going to transform our region, and every minute that we wait will be worth it.
And allow people to maybe move to places that are a little more, you know, affordable and live their lives out there and easily get into work without all that traffic. What are you most excited about and why?
I am most excited about the Marymore station because it's just a mile away from my grandma.
Aww.
And so I'll be able to go and visit my grandma much easier on the system when it's built out.
I think that's awesome. Do you think that Sound Transit levels, you know, because this is one question that people have wondered, now that a lot of people are working from home, are we ever going to see levels return to that same ridership? Have you already seen that? What do you think with that?
Yeah, that's such an important question. It is going to be different. right?
Yeah.
A lot of
Right.
things are going to be different. I think
Yeah.
that 9 to 5 commute, some of those trips just aren't going to happen. So they're also not going to happen on transit. But if you look at this system, both in like the evening and the weekends, people are overwhelmingly using transit to go to recreation and destination. I was on the train coming home, or the bus coming home from seeing a laser show at the Pacific Science Center the other day. And it
neat.
was standing room only at 10 o'clock on Saturday night.
Wow.
Yeah, so I know people are going to be using that system for all parts of their lives.
Well, I've already seen the traffic returning to town, so I'm no doubt that it's going to be busy on the system. Especially, I'd rather be on a train than in the car with my kids saying, "Are we there yet? Can we get off the freeway now?" Thank you so much for that
Thank
update.
you, of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well.